Now it's time to get a look at that forecast for you because, Kari, we have been talking about that. Of course, the air quality not great right now in the Bay Area, but we also were looking at lightning strikes. How are we looking with that?
Well, the good news is that our chance of seeing any lightning has diminished for the rest of the day. That storm now pushing to the north, but look at what's left behind. Just this horrible air quality. We've had such bad views of the Bay Area as we get a look at all of this smoke, this trapped in the fog that we had earlier this morning, making the air quality really bad. And you really can't see beyond a couple of miles as we look out over toward CLAYTON right now, and then over in Dublin. You can barely see anything on this camera as well. It's looking a little bit better in San Jose in comparison, but let's get a look at how our air quality, how bad it is, and where we're seeing the worst numbers. This is a measure of particulate matter in the atmosphere. This is basically the smoke particles that get suspended in the air, and so we're seeing some of the highest measures of these numbers over toward parts of Fairfield, where it's at 405. I mean, that's really bad right there in the area of those wildfires. And then we're also seeing over toward the East Bay some of that smoke drifting over there. We've also seen some high numbers in San Francisco, but then notice for areas like Los Gatos and San Jose, Morgan Hill, we do see still some unhealthy air quality if you have breathing problems, but elsewhere it's unhealthy for everybody. As we go into the rest of today, we're looking at that storm system that brought that potential of lightning now moving to the north of the Bay Area. It did cause a lot of lightning strikes over parts of the Central Valley, over toward the southern and central Sierra. Now that activity has started to calm down, and so as we go into the rest of today, it's going to be a fairly calm day. But let's take a look at what happened. This is a measure of how much humidity is in the air. When we see some green, that indicates some high humidity, that surge of that tropical moisture moving into the mid-levels of the atmosphere. And so now we are looking at some drier air where we see the brown shading. That's going to be what we'll see for the rest of today, and that's actually what suppressed our potential of getting some lightning strikes in the Bay Area. So we had some dry air at the surface, but also a little bit of some dry air that kind of slid in behind that tropical system in parts of the Bay Area, but we did still get some rain in parts of the North Bay, so that was good to see as well. So we are not seeing any more lightning strikes, and our temperatures are still going to be hot today, despite the fact that we did see some spotty North Bay showers. And so our temperatures today will reach into the upper 90s for parts of the North Bay, some mid 90s through the East Bay, and up to about 90 degrees for San Jose. And so for our inland areas over the next few days, well, we're still looking at more 90s in the forecast. In fact, it gets a little bit hotter by the end of the week. This is going to keep that smoke in the Bay Area, and hopefully we get some more containment as we see cooler temperatures near the coast. We're also looking at some morning fog each and every day, which means higher humidity and slower fire spread. So that's some good news in the forecast for us, Marcus.